Let's continue to look at Psalm 23, verse 2. The first part of that verse 2. He makes me lie down in green pastures. For a sheep to lie down, sheep need to be free from fear, to be free from friction, and also from irritations. Irritations. You are irritated many times. Irritations. Sheep, especially during the hot season, summer season, can be distracted by insects. This makes it quite impossible for the shepherd to make these sheep lie down. So what happens? Their reactions are very, very peculiar. They remain on their feet. Can you visualize that sheep? Because it's not able to sleep. Lie down. They stand their legs, shake their heads, and rush in any direction they want. Now connect it. Hey, let's connect it. When you're irritated, what do? Shake your head. And rush to any direction. Rush to any direction. Open the phone. Dial the phone. Talk to the people. Hey, listen, this guy is irritating me. This guy is talking against me. This guy is creating a lot of problems. When you have a problem, do you approach the throne or do you approach the phone? Most often we approach the phone. Irritations come to your life. But if you have this Psalm 23 in your heart, and if you say that the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. That includes that you're free from friction and free from irritations and free from fear. How does our shepherd deal with us when we are distracted and irritated? Let me take one person who had a similar kind of experience. Apostle Paul. He lists a number of his irritations or concerns in 2 Corinthians chapter 11 and chapter 12. He was really concerned about a lot of things. And there's a big list of things you can see in the chapter 11. And in chapter 12, he said something like this. 3 times I prayed, oh God, can you please remove this thorn in the flesh? Can you please remove this thorn in the flesh? Can you please remove this thorn in the flesh? 3 times he prayed. And God said, my grace, Paul, is sufficient for you. My grace is sufficient for you, Paul. You and me might wonder, God, I have these problems going on in my life. And you're saying that my grace is sufficient for you? God, what? Are you able to understand what I'm going through? I'm irritated. Bugged by people. They nag. They are very, very irritating sometimes. God says, I know what you're going through. Don't forget that I'm your shepherd. I'm your God. I promised you that you shall not want. I promised you that I will make you lie down in green pastures. Now, my friend and my son or my daughter, God is asking this question. Do you want my grace? My grace is very big. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. In your blindness, you cannot see the grace. In your blindness, you cannot experience the grace. God told Paul, my grace is sufficient for you. Paul had a thorn in the flesh. Do you know what's the difference between the thorn in the flesh that Paul had and the thorn in the flesh that you and me have many times? Paul's thorn in the flesh, nobody knows what it was. If you and me had a thorn in the flesh, everybody would have come to know about it. There would have been no doubt about it. Today people are figuring out. Some people even say that Paul had some sickness, some kind of sickness. I don't believe that. I've researched on it, I've studied, and I know it was not sickness. Then what was that Paul was going through? Paul was going through a lot of stresses in terms of the human around. Let me highlight one of Paul's irritations that he mentioned in chapter 11. I may be unskilled. I may be unskilled as a speaker. This is what Paul is telling. But I am not lacking in knowledge. We have made this clear to you in every possible way. Do you know what's the issue here? During Paul's time, during Paul's day, the ability to speak in a polished, in a sophisticated, in an entertaining way was very popular. But Paul was either unable or either Paul was unwilling to preach this way. He didn't want to be an entertainer. He didn't probably want to be a sophisticated guy who speaks the word in the way the other people speak. So Paul had this challenge. Paul did not have all the polished way as a great speaker. But the interesting and important fact is Paul knew God. That's what Paul is telling. He preached the gospel with power. You can read the entire chapter 11. Now my question is, are you irritated by any such matters? Does it bother you? Does it irritate you? What I'm concluding with is, these things will happen in your life, in my life. So whatever is your irritation today, give it to the Lord. You can overcome the irritation by not your strength, by His strength. Many times our irritations are because we are clouded with that irritation. We forget the fact that the Lord is our shepherd. I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. Lie down, my friend. He wants you to lie down. Take away those fear, those friction, those irritations out of you. And allow the God Almighty to come and bless you. And I believe this message, this short devotion would have blessed you. God bless you and have a blessed day.